So we all know the story of Ezio Auditore da Firenze. If you don't, I'd say go pick up 3 of the best games ever made, ever. But we all know the story of Ezio Auditore, how he rose from a kid growing up in Italy to be a master, wise assassin in command of the entire order. He had a huge impact on future assassins and future events, especially on Desmond Miles, and really was a turning point for the Order and did so much. But today, I want to talk about in this brand new series, what if Ezio Auditore had died along with his father and brothers? What if he never made it to be an assassin? What if all the stuff he did never happened? How would that affect the series, and how would that affect the world of Assassin's Creed? So without further ado, let's hop into this video. So if Ezio returned early from his father's errands, or if he just decided to leave a little bit later, the guards would have arrived to take the Auditore into custody. Ezio, Giovanni, and Federico would have fought, but with Ezio being only a boy, he wouldn't have added much to the fight. They would have all been overpowered, knocked unconscious, and then taken to jail. Awakening in a prison cell, Ezio would have been confused and asked his father and brothers what happened, while of course consolidating Petruchio, who was terrified. Giovanni would explain how he was an assassin and Federico was training to become one, and so too would Ezio when they escaped. He explained that there were documents hidden within his study which Maria knew of and would deliver them to the Gonfaloniere Uberto Alberti as soon as possible, who would secure their freedom. The Auditore were taken and placed in their own private cells later on to await their execution in the morning. Ezio would stay up all night trying to figure out if there was a way he could escape his cell, but no such plan came to him. The sun rose and the guards came to retrieve the Auditore and took them to the Piazza della Signoria to be hanged. Ezio was confused as his father had assured him they would be freed, but as the bags covering their heads were removed, they realized Uberto had conspired against them. Giovanni verbally attacked Uberto, calling him a traitor and telling him they would have his life one day. As he finished his sentence, the stands were opened, and Ezio, Giovanni, Federico, and Petruchio fell. As they fell, their necks snapped, and in that instant they had died. The news reached Maria and Claudia Auditore, who mourned the loss of their family and could not even give them a proper burial due to the guards just dumping the bodies. With Maria in shock and no Ezio to guide her and his sister, they stayed in Firenze. Mario heard of what had happened to the Auditore, but was too tied down with the Templars in Tuscany to help Maria and Claudia. He later took a few mercenaries to Tuscany, where he found and killed Vieri de' Pazzi. In 1478, Francesco de' Pazzi planned to assassinate Lorenzo and Giuliano de' Medici. With no Ezio to stop them, Mario took it upon himself to stop their plan. However, the Templars were powerful and in great numbers. Mario fought well, and with every sword strike Francesco threw at him, Mario had a counter waiting in store. Mario's men were outnumbered, however, and soon only Mario remained against the Templar army, now all over Florence. Borgia guards overpowered Mario and he fell to his knees, unable to fight back. He looked up at Francesco and pitied him. Mario opened his mouth to speak, but before he could say anything, his throat was cut by Francesco, who left Mario and the Medici brothers to bleed out on the ground. Templars now had control of Florence and moved their gaze to Venice. They did so by poisoning the Doge of Venezia and put their own man Marco Barbarigo in charge, meaning the Templars now had control over Florence and Venice. Soon, the Templars sent a ship to Cyprus to retrieve the Apple of Eden, which was then delivered to Rodrigo Borgia. Rodrigo reveled in the apple's power, and becoming Pope a few years later gave him access to the papal staff, which was the second piece of Eden. With both of these items in hand, he gained access to the vault underneath Il Vaticano and opened the temple doors. He did not find the great power he was searching for. The room was seemingly empty. The DNA of Ezio Auditore was to activate the message within the room, but with no Ezio, the room just appeared empty. After many weeks of searching the temple, Rodrigo Borgia found nothing. He turned his attention to Monteriggioni, where he thought the assassins may have kept information. He sent his son Cesare with a small group of Templar guards to search the village. They found several codex pages and a secret passage. The secret passage led to a large room which housed armor kept behind a grate. It appeared to only open when 6 various seals were found and placed in the room. Cesare then left with the codex pages. 10 years passed. Both Cesare and Rodrigo studied these pages along with the apple and the staff. Over this time, Cesare became more and more impatient. Many innocents died in Roma, and things were becoming unstable. Some assassins fought for control, but without a true mentor, they were cut down easily. La Volpe, Bartolomeo, and Machiavelli fought to take out the Borgias, but with Rodrigo controlling the staff and apple, they were easily taken care of. Cesare wanted power. He was jealous of the pieces of Eden his father had and wanted to take them for himself. He plotted to kill Rodrigo in his sleep. When the moon was high in the sky and everything was quiet, Cesare cut Rodrigo's throat and took the staff and apple for himself. With Cesare's lust for control and power, he used the pieces of Eden plus the Templar control over Italy to invade the surrounding areas and take control of Turkey, Spain, and France. Controlling these areas, he was able to locate more pieces of Eden and put various generals in control of different countries. This began the start of Cesare Borgia's Italian Empire, in which he eventually pushed his control into the entire world, ushering in the dawn of a new Templar order where everyone was under the control of one banner: the Borgias. And that is it for the first episode of Assassin's Creed What If. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I had a good time writing this out, coming up with the story. Let me know if you guys would have thought something else may have happened. If, you know, Ezio had actually died. Let me know what you want me to do. Let me know other ideas you'd like to see. Things like, what if Altair died in Solomon's Temple? Things like, you know, what if Connor was actually bested by Haytham? And things like that. Let me know different ideas you'd like me to go over in this series. It's going to be a really good one, and I'm really excited to do more of this. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, be sure to do so. I'd really appreciate it, as well as sharing this video and hitting that like button if you did enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Leaping from my places, rivers are flowing red. Now we're defying, now we're uniting. Go watching from the skies, these streets are burning up. They're starting fights here. I'm gonna take it to